Welcome to Bright Tale Time, where every night brings a brand new story wrapped in magic and wonder. Tonight's tale is one of moonlight, feathers, and forgotten dreams, so snuggle in, close your eyes, and let your heart drift into the forest where stars whisper secrets, and a little boy meets an owl who changes everything. Are you ready? Then let's begin. The Moonlight Feather and the Boy Who Forgot to Dream, Chapter 1, Where Dreams Go Missing. In a tucked-away valley, cradled by bluebell meadows and sun-dappled hills, lay a curious little village called Clocktown. It wasn't marked on any map. The roads leading to it often disappeared under patches of wildflowers or reappeared under mossy tree roots. But everyone who lived there believed that time itself lived in Clocktown, because its 101 clocks chimed not minutes or hours, but feelings. At 7 a.m., they chimed with joy. At 9, with laughter. At midnight, they whispered dreams. But in one quiet cottage, on the edge of the village near the forget-me-not fields, lived a boy named Elio, who had not dreamed in years. While other children tumbled into the village square each morning with stories of purple dragons, marshmallow ships, and talking crayons, Elio only woke to silence. His nights were blank, like an empty painting waiting for colors. And though he smiled at his friends' tales, a flicker of longing always lived behind his soft gray eyes. I wonder where dreams go, he murmured one evening, hugging his patchy pillow tight. His cat, Crumb, gave a lazy blink and curled tighter on the windowsill. That night, the clocks chimed midnight, tick, tock, whisper, but still Elio heard nothing. Chapter 2, The Tale of Lunari. One golden morning, while clouds sailed like cotton boats across the sky, Elio visited the village clockmaker, old Finwick, a wiry man with spectacles as thick as bottle bottoms and a coat pocket always filled with candy buttons. I haven't dreamed in years, Elio confessed. Finwick's eyes twinkled. Ah, then it's time you heard about Lunari. Lunari? Finwick leaned in, voice hushed. The moon-feathered owl who lives in Skyglow Forest. She keeps the lost dreams of the world tucked under her wings. If you find her, she might give yours back. Elio's heart thudded like a rabbit drum. Has anyone ever found her? Only those brave enough to believe in invisible staircases and clouds that carry messages, Finwick said, with a wink. That very night, Elio packed his little leather satchel, 2 blueberry buns, a pocket watch with no hands, a tiny jar of lightning, and Crumb, who insisted on sitting in the bag rather than beside it. Then, as the clocks whispered their midnight chorus, Elio tiptoed out of Clocktown and into the soft velvet shadows of the forest. Chapter 3, The Singing Trees of Skyglow. The Skyglow Forest was unlike any place Elio had ever seen, or even imagined in his dreamless sleep. The trees shimmered with silvery bark, as though the moon had brushed her fingertips along every trunk. Leaves chimed when the wind passed, creating lullabies that drifted between the branches like floating lullabies. The ground pulsed faintly beneath his boots, as if the earth itself had a heartbeat. Elio took cautious steps, eyes wide. This place is alive. Crumb's tail twitched. Mro, she said, which possibly meant obviously. Suddenly, from behind a glowing toadstool, darted a creature no larger than Elio's thumb. It had translucent wings like melting glass and a head shaped like a candle flame. Well, butter my glow, said the creature, pausing midair. A dreamless child. Excuse me? Elio blinked. I'm Glim, a firefly of old wishes, the creature said. Only those who've lost dreams can walk this deep. Come, come. Lunari awaits. Elio followed Glim deeper into the glowing labyrinth, past trees that whispered secrets and flowers that blinked like sleepy eyes. But the deeper they walked, the stranger the forest became. Time slowed. Colors shifted. Songs echoed backward, until they came upon a sparkling lake with no reflection, just memories floating across the surface. Chapter 4, The Island of Forgotten Wishes. In the middle of the lake was an island shaped like a sleeping child. Glim called it the Island of Forgotten Wishes, a place where unkept promises and quiet longings gathered like dandelion fluff. They crossed the lake on the back of a bubble whale, yes, a whale made entirely of shimmering soap, and stepped onto the island. There, Elio met a talking candle stub named Wishwick, perched on a rock of hardened lullabies. So, the candle wheezed. You come to ask Lunari for dreams. have you brought your wish? I don't have one, Elio admitted. Wishwick sputtered. Then you cannot proceed. Only a wish can unlock Lunari's door. Crumb rubbed against Elio's leg. What about the wish in your heart? She seemed to say. Elio thought hard. What did he truly want? He walked to a willow tree covered in ribbons, each one holding a forgotten wish. One read, I wish to speak the language of stars. Another, I wish my shadow would play with me. But one ribbon fluttered brighter than the rest, I wish I could fly and find where dreams are born. Elio touched it, it glowed, and then vanished, leaving a warmth in his chest. A wish had chosen him. Chapter 5, The Skyfall Bridge. With the wish burning like a lantern inside him, Elio felt a pull. The sky above parted like curtains of indigo, and a bridge of falling stars spiraled down from the clouds, a glowing staircase made of comets and feathers. He stepped onto it. Every step he took lifted him from the world he knew. The wind whispered lullabies, clouds shaped themselves into memories he had never lived, and Crumb began to hum, somehow, like a purring violin. At the top of the sky was a nest made of comet dust, pearl strings, and lullabies, and in it sat the majestic owl, Lunari. Her feathers shimmered like moonlight on snow. Her eyes were galaxies. Upon her crown, the moonlight feather, glowing like it held the secret to all childhood wonder. You have come, she said. Many do. Few arrive. I forgot how to dream, Elio whispered. Can you help me? I can, said Lunari, but dreams are not things to be given. They must be remembered. She touched her feather to his heart. Chapter 6, Where Dreams Begin Again. Light exploded behind Elio's eyes. But it wasn't blinding, it was warm. Soft. Familiar. He saw images swirl through his mind, flying whales, laughing stars, paper cities that folded themselves at night. Things he had never known but now remembered. He was falling, and flying, swimming through clouds made of giggles, dancing on notes of forgotten lullabies. When he opened his eyes again, he was home. Clocktown's clocks were just chiming dawn. Crumb stretched on the windowsill, but Elio was smiling in a way he never had before. That night, when the clocks whispered at midnight, Elio dreamed, and from that day on, he dreamed every night, sometimes of clouds that tickled. Sometimes of forests that sang. And sometimes, just sometimes, he dreamed of a glowing owl with galaxies for eyes, who reminded children that the most powerful dreams are the ones already inside you. Moral of the story, even when you forget your dreams, they never forget you. All it takes is courage, kindness, and one quiet wish to bring them back, and that, dear dreamers, was the tale of Elio and the magical feather that helped him dream again. Remember, no matter how big or small, every dream is a light waiting to shine in your heart. If you loved this story, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to Bright Tale Time, and share it with someone who could use a little wonder tonight. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep smiling, and let your heart follow the stars. Good night, dreamers.